for you. And if this is your first time stopping by, my into my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. Just thank you so much for the love and support. We're going through different chain of events that will start being more clearer to you as you keep on going on your path of self-discovery. So congrats to that. And with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, what are you waiting for? Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I would love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your gift, your spiritual empathic gift, and how it's, sending you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are very uplifting, informative, give you good vibes, or inspires you want to, share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times or just need spiritual guidance or confirmation or validation towards life path and soul purposes. I don't know why I said wife path. Life path and soul purposes. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Once again, thank you so much for the support. It is so greatly appreciated. And I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And, I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music I'm listening to in the background is so beautiful too. It's called Happiness Meditation Music. Serotonin release music, happiness frequency, binaural beat music. And I will post that link in the description box below. And my video, oh my God, y'all. Heyoka's, the spiritual chalice, is being passed to you. Now I really had to go. It was like, it was probably before, no, it was like in between. I had two visions while I'm doing this video. No, the last video and in between that time. I saw like it showed me a glimpse right after I finished the other video because it had me stuck like Chuck. Like, are you serious? They showed me empaths that were stepping up to these stairs. It kind of looked like King Arthur type, Alexander the Great type situation. And you're seeing the warriors that were out in battle, beat up, bruised, but they made it. And you see these big, like Megatron hands, like, that's how big it was, but it wasn't Megatron hands, but it was like these big hands that had this big bright light, and they had the chalice passing to every empath along the way. And it's just like you have been through the storm, you have endured so many different things in life. Life is just beat you up, like chewed you up and spit you out, but you still kept going, you still kept thriving, you still kept searching for your peace, finding different ways to heal, trying to appreciate life lessons and the things you're being taught on a different spiritual level. A lot of times we have to go through those battlefield with our life when we're dealing with past regression, or anything that really put you in a dark place. And it is just like at times we feel like we're being punished, or our prayers aren't being answered, or God is not listening. All these different things in life. And God and universe, everything that's holy up there, they really had confidence in you. A lot of times they place you in a whole bunch of circle of events just for you to know what they already knew about you. And a lot of times we feel like, I can't deal with this, I can't handle this anymore. It's like I'm just holding on to my last leg. I'm tired of dealing with this, and it just for you to appreciate so many things, because they are proud of all of us, of the jobs we're doing. They knew it wasn't going to be a walk in the park. They knew it wasn't going to be simple. It was going to be taking you're going to have frequent flyer miles to dark spaces. Frequent flyer miles, um just reminiscing about different you know uh dark situations, memories, emotions, all these different things are coming up that is molding you into that warrior that you are always at that point, always been there. It's always been there. A lot of times we go on the external journey of looking for happiness, looking for peace, looking for our light, when all of we had to do was just step in front of the mirror. You're waiting for somebody to save you from your situation. Step in front of the mirror. You wanted somebody to fight to get you out of your situation. Face the mirror. We're all, that warrior. They had to go through these fierce battle fights, with ourselves, with healing, with us cutting cords. And it's like we were taking a sip out of that, that trauma chalice, but now it's like when I really, I went back and I'm hearing spiritual chalice while I'm trying to talk to y'all. And that's why I kept looking this way, because it was like I was trying to get that download and I'm just looking this way and I'm just like, okay, all right, I'll talk about that in a minute. But it was just like when I seen it, it was from the Last Supper, and you see this. I'm feeling Holy Grail type situation, seeing tapestries in the back, and I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god, it's a WTF moment. Like, oh my god, because a lot of us are going through things where you feel something change, like you get big shift change, and it's just like when you allow yourself to speak goodness over your life, speak goodness over yourself, like, I'm going to get through this. I know this is not easy. I know it's not going to be, as great as I thought it was going to be, but I'm gonna get through this. I have the control over my life. I have the control over what I put focus on. I have the control about what I'm gonna, use my energy for, you know um because it's just so, basically it just seemed like you're fighting yourself. You really are. And I'm just like, God, dog. And it's just, you can't allow anything to get to you unless you allow it to. And I had to tell myself that you can't have, nothing can work your nerves unless you allow it to work your nerves. Just like I said in the last video, I'll get mad about certain situations, then I get mad about me being mad over certain situations, and the only person you're hurting is yourself. You're wanting blessings to come in, but if you're standing in front of your blessings, whose fault is that? I had to tell myself that. I was like, well, touche, you know. And a lot of times you do that. We get mad when certain people have done things to us, and we're wanting justice or we're wanting revenge. I used to be that type of person. I'll treat you how you treat me. And I'm at that point now. I'm going to treat me better than how I used to treat me. I'm not going to allow nobody to walk over me. I'm not going to allow anybody to disrespect me. I'm not going to allow nobody to make me, second guess my worth. I'm no, no. You might have to do that. And a lot of times you cannot go tit for tat for people. It's period. You shouldn't go tit for tat for people, because I had to tell people, when you go through stuff like this, and I even have to tell my children this all the time, because, you're learning. What I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. We're all on this pursuit of something better than what we're doing right now. You're wanting to learn yourself at a deeper level. You're trying to understand why certain things had to transpire into your life for you to get to this point, and you want better. So a lot of times, you can't go, seek revenge for people and stuff like that, because it makes you no better than the person that put you in, did that to you. A lot of things comes up to the surface to where, it should not no longer bother you. When it's coming up to the surface, I have to tell myself that as well. It's because it's parting ways with you. Don't step in that rotation. Let that mess flow. Because a lot of times it's just like I said, it was day before yesterday. So many people are ready to end it because it feels so horrible. It's just like it's pulling you to that dark place to where you feel like you're drowning in your own darkness. You're drowning in all your trauma. And it's just like when I see that, I've said that for myself, and then come to find out, I feel like I'm drowning when all I had to do was just stand up because it was only like 2 feet of water. You made it bigger than what it was. Those dark situations are molding you to be stronger. Those dark situations are showing you something that was instilled in you that you didn't realize before. You know, things take time to heal. You know, it you have to keep on going. You have to keep on achieving. You have to keep on thriving, searching for more, wanting to be more. These are all on you, on what you want to do for your life. You want a better life, you have to go out there and create it, mold it to where you want it to be. Your life had to fall apart for you to put it together in your making, in your liking. We're all been through this situation of altered conditions. you know they wanted to put chains on us so it can control us. They pump fear into our lives and in our hearts and our minds for us not want to go challenge our limits, you know instead of people limiting their challenges. Those all things like that, because you allow yourself to know you stepped out of that matrix. You're vibrating higher than usual, but we had to go through all this, chain of events for you to be able to realize that, because it's just like when I'm seeing certain situation that transpires in my life, some people I had to connect with to remind me of what I never realized from before, and I have to be grateful for all those situations, no matter how bad, I thought it was. And it was at that point, but those bad times, those hard times taught me a lot about myself that I wanted to ignore. You know, there it's just like when I see situations when it comes to certain relationships, my spirit guides were giving me all type of red flags. They were sending signs to me that I should have been able to pay attention to. But I thought I can change that situation if I put in more love, if I put in more time for that person, all these different things. And it was just like I chose to ignore it. And when things got bad, I wanted to blame everybody else except myself. And now it's just like, I tend to now look at myself like you deserve happiness. Everybody does, regardless of what that next person doesn't want you to have. Don't worry about what they have. What anybody thinks about me is not my business. I don't care how I see myself, and what I represent going towards me is what is important. A lot of people will appreciate me being in their presence, and a lot of people will be wishing that they can get rid of my presence, and that's all fine. It ain't gonna stop me from doing what I'm gonna do. A lot of people try to silence me with insults and threats and stuff like that, but that's not gonna stop my flow. That obviously let me know I got something that really irks you. And it was just like, that's a personal issue. That's not my issue. I speak my truth. I embrace my truth, and I'm proud of my truth. My truth has got me to grow in places I never thought I would be able to grow before. It taught me a lot of things I didn't know about myself and as well as my surroundings. And I appreciate those seasons of, sitting there and relating to it. Those seasons, you got that laid back season. We go through different challenges of seasons in our life. Our times when we go through all the hell and high water, then that quiet dark time where you have to really sit there and reflect on yourself and try to reevaluate what you've been doing in your life, make it better for you. If you keep ignoring them signs, it's going to keep coming at you. And the more it keeps coming, it's going to be worse than it was the last time. It just brings on extra weight, extra heat. And a lot of times we get mad if certain things come along. You're like, why did God allow certain things like this happen? Like, you needed a job or whatever, and next thing you know, you've been praying about this job, like, God, can you please make it better. He did. He pushed your butt clean up out that door, because he already knew if he wouldn't have shook that situation up for you, you would have still been there complaining about the same thing you were complaining about for the last 10 years. And I had to be grateful for the things that I'm doing now, because it's like my life experiences got me to where I'm at now, to where I'm able to help people make sense about the things that go on into their life, why things had to happen the way it did. Uh, Being able to trust your instincts, trust your intuition on what you should and should not do. Never ignore that gut feeling when you don't feel right about certain situations and certain people. That was your empath gift right there. And it's just like with us, when you're very in tune with yourself, you tend to pick up things before it's actually been, you know, vocalized. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people that can text me or even call me. I'm like, oh, hell to the no. I'm not, nope. I will ignore them like bill collectors. I ain't got time. Or one of those, I forgot what it was called, those survey calls or whatever. I just don't have time. I appreciate that. When there are certain times I want to go this way and they're like, go this way. I'm just going to trust what they said and go that way. This is that time where, they're passing that chalice to you. We already had the chalice of trauma, mishap, anger, darkness that we have drank heavily out of because this has been passed down from generation to generation to generation. And the reason why things are so heated right now, it just feels like you're in a pressure cooker. Because all these things are so heavy. But you have to understand, we keep forgetting we're the ones who were built up to cut that generational curses and karmic cycles, and that has went into our long bloodline or whatever you want to call it. And they had that faith in us. We'll be able to do it. But there's a lot of times you get these little snippets of your life, like either before things start to happen or why things had to happen. If you really got to that point, you're not like soaking in your sadness or your pity or anything, but you're trying to allow yourself to really see, how did it get to this point? Why did it have to get to this point? You had to go through all those different things. You had to be able to be knocked down straight to the bottom of the barrel. Like, you ain't had a pot to piss in the window, throw it out of. That's how bad it was. But you had to get to that point for you to understand why you were taken guided to this path. Why did you have to go through all these ups and downs just to get where you had to go? You're like, I didn't sign up for this. Then you find out you did sign up for it. They just left that little fine print out there, and you just signed your life away, signed your soul away, basically. Because you were like, oh, I got this, but they didn't tell you they're gonna shut off every single thing that you've been knowing for so many millenniums. Every lesson you have connected to before, this is a whole new different ball game. This is a whole new, this is evolution. Evolution. So they about to build you up on some things. I thought when I first started saying evolutionary empath, it was some people we were creating through this. No, it us is the universe, not universe, but that too. But evolution, we had to go through these like really dark times where you're like, I cannot deal with this anymore. I've been there. But then when I start seeing, I mean, really seeing, I was like, oh, that's deep. You really had to go through these hard times, because it's like when you finally get out of that, your dark spot, it's like you're fighting with yourselves. Many of yourselves. It's like we all carry 4 or 5 masks about ourselves, you know, and then when we finally get for ourselves, we actually show our soul. You had to go through all these things to take all the mask off so you can be comfortable in your own soul. You're showing your truth. When you allow those masks to fall off, you're showing everything. And God was like, you know what? I knew that person had it in them. I just had to make them make sure that they knew what I knew already. They do. He did. He did. And you were like, well, dang, that's what you were trying to tell me. God just went like, okay. God just shake his head at me sometimes. I'm like, hey, where you going? I thought we were having a conversation here, and he walked off from me. Just not today, Roslynn. No. He's like, not today. He walks off from me a couple of times, but you had to go through these chains of events to really actually see where your capability is, where your strength lies at, where's your wisdom guides at. Where energy do you need to be placing and focusing on. All these things has transpired when you can actually take a few steps back and really reevaluate your path from this life. Now, maybe, with all this union merging and stuff like that from all past lives, you probably remember different snippets of things that really, broke the mold. It really was very intense. We all had those intense timelines that really shook you. And then when it shows you where you're at this point right now and what you about to step into, child, you really about to step up and show out, and you're gonna be okay. And it's like when all those things are said and done, you've been to the bottom of the barrel. Hell, you got frequent flyer miles that you need to cash in from hell and back. Okay. And it's just like if somebody step up to you, they ain't gonna be able to. If they break a nail, they'll be lucky, because you haven't been through so many things. you're not going to allow something very little. Don't sit up here and, not everybody's going to have the same mindset as you. Not everybody's going to have the same frequency as you. And damn sure ain't going to have the same heart that you carry. When people see your strength, and that they wish they had that like you do. That's why they mess with you so much, because they see what you have to offer. They see that and they wish they had that. They could if they work like you did. Like I said in the last video, some people get mad and want your spot, but they're not willing to take the sacrifices and all that work to get to your spot. Nothing is not going to be handed to you. You earn this. And anytime, somebody wants to question where your life is, God is the only one who can question that. Ain't none of their daggone business. You just do yourself. You know, they really got to do yourself. You did your hard work. You earned every medal and badge from worked on your very last nerve. You earned all those different things that, he's trying to pass down to you. And it's just like I said before, we have drank from the chalice of trauma. Now you about to get that holy grail type spiritual chalice of evolution. And when I saw that, I'm like, you know what? This is a little bit too much today. I don't even drink no more. You're about to make me want to take a drink. Like, this is a whole lot of you. I mean, you better, prepare yourself, because you about to get, I see, the warriors taking that one knee and kneeling down, and they got their weapon in front of them, wounded and everything. But, it was God bringing down his hands, like these huge, big, like Godzilla type hands. It just comes down and hands you that chalice, because he thinks you really earned that. We did earn that. So you got to prepare yourself. Yes, things might be hot right now. Things might be heavy right now, but those are the moments that's going to challenge you to the strength that you always endured. You just have to be able to recognize, wake up, and accept that. Sometimes we fight against ourselves, and trying to worry about who's going to win. The good part needs to win. The strong part needs to win. The one that's wiser. You need that one to win. So allow yourself to honor yourself in those situations, because yeah, right now it's very hard, but it's all about how hard do you feel. Like, if you're concentrating on how hard it is and you keep saying I can't do this, you're going to have that energy of not being able to complete your mission. If you're trying to say it's hard, when you allow yourself to just go with it and not fight against it, then you'll be okay. But if you're worried about all the it's difficult, I can't do this, it's working on my nerves, and it's gonna get hard as hell for you. But if you allow yourself, I'm in for this, and just brace yourself, you'll be all right. You will be all right. But I hope you were able to resonate the content of this video, y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed, safe weekend. I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. Some of us are still recuperating from that Thanksgiving, because I was so full. I thought I was going to have to roll myself into the room, because I didn't even think I would be able to do videos that I couldn't breathe. So I would love to have a post notification shout out to S. Welcome to the Soul family, and Valure AMV. Much love to you. Good to hear from you again. I'm glad my video was able to send you confirmation. If you have been getting any kind of events, a lot of us is getting that frequency, that feeling that things are ending. You know, they're ending. So allow that to take place in your life. Don't stand in the middle of that doorway when it's trying to close, and don't be trying to open it up after it's been shut. So allow yourself to go through this chains of events that's really going to uplift you in the most beautiful way. So if you've been feeling something's about to change intensely, because it is, because you're about to end up drinking from that spiritual chalice, and you deserve that. So like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, drop me a line, give me a thumbs up, share. Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing there's always someone out there praying for your better days. I know times are hard right now, but trust and believe you are going to get through this. As long as you keep, focusing on that, healing yourself, uplifting yourself, not allowing things to focus on if it's not bringing you growth or positivity, let it go. That's what I'm having to do right now. Let it go. Appreciate everything that's happened in your life because it taught you one thing or another. Either you wanted it or you didn't. So you appreciate both of them things. So, have a blessed weekend. Be safe in everything you do. Make sure you give out love, light, and positivity, as well as prosperity vibes, frequency, and words. All those three can really take somebody a long way. And I will see you on my next video. Much love, peace, and be well.